Okay, pjnet.tv 9:30 on the Wednesday night, and we have a special guest for you. Michelle Medlock Adams has sent a replacement to stand in her place, and it's a well-known, highly recognized, high-profile guest waiting in our green room as they are waiting in the chat room. Bumpers running, we're recording, streaming to all kind of places. Let's start a countdown to Studio 40 Alpha. Well, good evening and welcome back to pjnet.tv. We've done a little housekeeping here at Studio 40, and you can tell who our next guest is based on what you're seeing in Studio 40. And these are but two. There are many, many, many others. But Del Duduit joins us normally on the first and third Tuesday of the month. Before I get into that, normally tonight Michelle would be our guest, but I got word from her late this afternoon that there had been a death in the family. And Del was unable to join us last night, not because he wasn't ready, but we were not operating last night. The platform that does these things was literally off the air, so we could not produce a program last night when Del normally would have been with us, but he is with us tonight. And I don't know how many times we'll have to reset the microphone connection, but we'll just keep doing that as it goes. Del, I'm so sorry to put you through what we went through last night, but not fortunately, but as Providence would have it, you can join us tonight. And I've put up. Did I get the right two books? Which is the two latest books? Did I get it right, or is there another one?
No, you're close enough. That's fine. No big deal. Yeah,
I can't keep up with all of yours.
Kentucky Passion launches here in 2 weeks, and then our last one was First Down Devotions 2 just launched, and then Heart of a Hoosier was before that. There you go. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, launched last month.
I'll put that.
Yeah, get that amazing gold off there.
Well, maybe while you're telling us your story, who knows? Maybe I could actually change it. And
no.
I'm enjoying, by the way, First Down Devotions 2. It's kind of like you can carry this concealed. Is that? Hold on, I got to reset Del's microphone. Hold on, we got to do. We just gonna keep doing this, okay? Because it acts up. Okay, is he back? Not yet. Oh, you are. Yeah, you can carry this concealed.
It's a great size. It really is.
Yeah, but the old folks like me, we need large print.
I know. So I can't have that one.
Yeah. But no, I'm when I say enjoying it, I mean the purpose of a devotion isn't necessarily to enjoy it, but to benefit from it. And I'm doing both, so I get that's a bonus. And Amazon sent that to me at a reasonable price. And
that's good. Sorry about Michelle. We were texting. She was texting a lot of us last night about what was going on. And so when you reached out, I said sure. But the only difference is, I guess one natural blonde to another. I'm a natural blonde, but now it's going gray. But Michelle's natural blonde. So.
Now, Del, during COVID, you had elected to start cutting your own hair.
I did. Yeah, in fact, there's the clippers right over there on the floor. I did that 2 or 3 times, and so I don't do it anymore unless I have to. But
thank you. Good.
I just did a number 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. It was simple. Same thing all around. It was pretty simple and easy. It took me about 5 minutes, maybe that long to cut it off. But
now these are your kind of new glasses tonight.
These are. Yeah, they got these recently and got another pair. So
okay, so
I don't like them.
I saw on social media you've got premium media seats at the Bengals stadium.
Yeah, I don't know how I got. I mean, I guess after
it's because nobody else shows up.
No, really, no. It's pretty packed, and I had the same seat at when I went to Pittsburgh. You know, it's I guess we've been going there long enough now. We've earned our
Points.
we've gone through. Yeah, we're down on the
Paid your
front row
dues.
now. Yeah, I guess so. Which that's awesome. But yeah, we got some a good view, and they take care of us there. They took care of us in Pittsburgh. That was a fun trip. They do it up right there in Pittsburgh. I guess that's when you win so many rings, you can afford to do things up right. So they take care of you there.
Oh,
But I was
and
yeah.
yeah, you can tell Bethany Jett, congratulations. Florida State finally eked out a win.
Who?
Florida State, yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida State gets more press. You know, do you realize that every team we play puts up a tribute to Bobby Bowden
Yeah.
at their
They
stadium?
should, and they will. I think throughout this year. Yeah, that's only fitting.
Yeah.
So not too many coaches will get that.
Well,
Not all of them, but who
there
go
aren't
that
too many
long with
Bobby
that.
Bowdens.
No, you're right. So there won't be that many. That will happen to. He may be the only one, but yeah, that's just a respect. So we're looking forward to to seeing those, and it's a great tribute to him. So yeah, it's awesome.
Now, last time Michelle was here last week, she had just gotten back from North Carolina for some
Yes,
work.
they did it. They did what's called an intensive, not a conference, but a little workshops for a couple of days. She was at that one. I think Kyle and Bethany. I'm not sure who else. Andy, I think, was there as well.
Andy was there. I think
Um,
Julie Lavender was there too.
Maybe probably as well, but yeah. And then I guess they got Kyle. I was with Kyle actually on Saturday. I went up to Michigan and spent some time with him on
Oh, you
Saturday.
told
So
us that last time.
yeah, it was a whirlwind few days for me, and it was my whole goal was to just get back to Sunday, and because on Sunday I was in Pittsburgh, and that's kind of a lengthy drive, and I got back late, and then I went Thursday night. The Bengals were in town Thursday night for Thursday night football, and I went down and then
Mhm.
got back late, and then got up early on Saturday morning and drove to Michigan to Kyle's house for a while, which was 10 hours on the road total. So got back to that and made it through the week. So a lot of good things happened though.
And soon you'll be in Florida.
Yeah, here in 2 weeks we'll be in Florida. With 2 weeks we leave 2 weeks from this Saturday. Or no, next week, a week from Saturday. Well, Angie and I will fly down to Florida for a few days of a little relaxation for us before we head over to Florida Conference in Orlando. So we're looking forward to that. Got some things planned during that time as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to the Florida Conference. It's always one of my favorites, and looking forward to teaching a couple classes there. We're teaching one with Michelle, and we'll be doing a night class together, which should be a lot of fun. I hope they
Is
invite us back after this. So
Yeah, is this your first time on faculty at that conference?
no, I was on it last year, and then been on several at the Serious Writer conferences, and
Sure.
was supposed to be on a bunch of them last year, but they all got canceled. So Kyle and I were even going to go to Canada for a conference, but it got the kibosh put on it.
Well,
So
and you were going to go to Tokyo too, but that
yeah,
kind
we're in Tokyo now. So everything got put on. Everybody got squashed. So no, I was on faculty last year at Florida, and always enjoyed that conference. So we taught some classes and spoke at the VIP breakfast, which is kind of cool. So I really enjoyed the time.
So Friday Night Lights. What
Hmm.
did you? You mentioned all of the whirlwind of activities. Were you on the air Friday night?
Yes, I was. And I wasn't supposed to be.
It's kind of like tonight.
Yeah, well, because I had planned my trip to go to Michigan. I was going to get up like at 4:30 in the morning, and then this is my first game I wasn't going to do. There was, but then one of the other guys from the other stations was sick, and so Mark calls me and says, "Can you fill in?" I said, "Sure." So instead of getting some rest, I got home at 11, hit the sack, and couldn't sleep, and got up at 5, and drove for
Uh,
5 hours. Spent some time with Kyle, so
yeah.
it was well
Hello,
worth it. It was,
Kyle. Can I?
yeah.
I need a nap.
Mhm. If you've ever been to his house, that's not an option. So, but no, it was yeah, I did that. Have a game this Friday night, and heading back down to Cincinnati. Green Bay's in town. Looking forward to seeing Green Bay play. Never seen them play. I never covered them before,
Really?
so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, never seen Rogers play in person. So looking forward to that. It should be a lot of
On
fun. But
So what time do the Friday night games kick off? 7?
we go on the air at 6:30, and they kick off at 7.
Okay. So to be on
And
the air at 6:30, what time do you show up?
I get there about 5:30 ish, maybe quarter till 6, maybe at the latest.
Okay. And who does all the equipment, engineering, and logistics, and
Well,
is that
the
all done
station,
for you, or do you have to do anything?
I just have to go set up the little box, which isn't much at all, which isn't, I mean, just connect to the phone lines, call in, and we're ready to go. But we have a guy that's at the station that sends us all the rosters, sends us all the information.
Hmm.
Um, I do a little. I call two of the coaches prior to the game and do a little
Mm.
3 minute pregame interview, and we air that. So it's just
Yeah,
a lot of fun. Yeah.
I never really got many pregame interviews.
But we just
Uh,
do it over the phone. I'll call them probably tomorrow, and we'll
yeah,
just do it over the phone, and I'll just text it into
but
the station, and they put it together for you.
post game interviews are tough because first of all, if they lose, the coach does not want to talk, and even if he did, even if you were able to get to him, you probably wouldn't like,
Well,
you know.
yeah, times have changed a little bit on that. They've kind of lightened up the last couple of years. I think in the NFL and in college, it's almost mandatory they do, and if they don't, they could get fined. It may not be the best interview, but like
Well,
at
but they have
halftime,
contracts. I mean, they
yeah,
have
I'm
to.
saying I think they have to, and they don't want to a lot of the times, but they have to. High school coaches are getting better at it. It's not like back when we played. They actually, if they lose, they'll talk about it a little bit and they'll point out the good points and bad points. But we don't do too many post game interviews because there's a couple of stations of ours that do it, but uh, the one I'm doing Friday night probably will not do any post game interviews. It's just by the time people aren't tuning in anymore to that time, so we just don't
Well,
do them.
and when I did it, Dale, we were recording it, to be produced. I stayed up all night at the radio
Yeah.
station producing it, so it aired the
Yep.
next day. Uh,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's a whole different
Yeah,
game.
ours
But
is live, and when we're done, we're done. We go home.
wow,
So, which I like. I mean, we do our post game show, and I mean, if a kid has a banner night, we'll send word down to bring him up in the booth.
oh yeah,
But it's probably not going to happen, and it's rare. I mean, if he's got to score 6 touchdowns and 400 yards rushing, or something,
yeah, or
then we'd bring him up. You know,
intercept that last pass of
yeah,
the game
something.
and run it back for a touchdown.
Yeah, and when I do newspaper, it's easier to get him. It's easier to get the interview because you don't have with radio, you're just on the air for so long, so you got to when you're done, you're done. So
Yeah.
newspaper, it's
A-
easier.
And I used to be I was the disc jockey at the radio station we were the flagship station for
Hmm.
the Seminole Sports Network.
Yeah,
So I'm the one that are cutting in with all the hard breaks. When a commercial,
yeah.
there's contracts, folks,
Hmm.
and people have commercials. Do you have hard breaks like that, or do y'all just kind of work it in the narrative you do? You just do them by reading a script there, or does the radio station
We
cut you off?
both we talk to when we go off the air to do a break. We can communicate with the person back at the studio running, and we can talk to our producer off air, and he'll say how many minutes you want. Well, I want a 2 minute break, and then or we can bring it back at any time. But we have certain things too. We have to get in so X amount of spots, and
Right.
our goal was to get in 3/4 of them by halftime, and if we're in good shape there, then we're fine.
Right.
We've got like 68 commercials we have to get in, so we're kind of mindful of that. If we try to get them early,
Yeah.
earlier the better.
Sure.
If
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so we may take a 2 minute break in the first quarter, whereas normally we take a 1 minute break. So
So did y'all
it's
get
just
that 68 commercials in a single football game?
yeah, yeah. I think we had 68 last time. Yeah, and we got them in, man. We had them in. We do a lot, during the pregame. We'll get a lot of them in then, and then first quarter you just shove them in.
I don't know, in a small town like this, Dale, most of the commercials were parents of the players who had a business. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, we got quite a bit actually. We have post game, pregame sponsors. We have to mention them and get their spots in, but it's all fun. I know most of them, and
Hmm.
a lot of them. I know a lot of them. So it's just a fun thing to do. I don't want to do basketball. They asked me to do basketball. I'm like, no.
No,
I'll,
that's too
I'll,
many
I'll
games. That's
too
too
many.
many.
That's two or three a week,
Yeah.
and then you got the fans. A lot of times are like right behind you, so really don't want to deal with that. we had to deal with a coach last weekend sitting next to us that was so loud. I mean, we couldn't hear ourselves. I'm serious. The guy who does the collar was like, I can't hear you. I said, I can't either. This guy's so noisy and yelling that we just had to kind of.
You could have been doing a eulogy at a funeral, and I think they'd have been just that
It
loud.
wouldn't have mattered. It was
right.
he was so obnoxiously loud during the whole game. But oh well, that's his job, I guess. But he was right next to us.
Okay. And who's the commemorative coffee cup tonight? Anything special there?
I have no idea. Oh,
Okay.
Ohio, just Ohio, just
Oh,
Buckeye
okay.
State. Yeah, there we
The,
go. Just
the
Ohio.
bloody OH-10. Yeah.
Yep. So that's what that is. Just Ohio. So we're looking forward to, like you said, going to Florida. I think, a lot of the folks that we know have books launching next week. Michelle has one. Andy Clapp has one. Bethany Jett and Victoria Duerstock have one next week, and then I have one the week after. So kind of cool. All the serious writer folks have books. Not planned, but just happen they all come out in different publishers at the same time.
That's
Kind of
good.
exciting.
Is perhaps the world of book signings and things looking a little better today?
I think starting to come back a little bit. I mean, they're kind of not what they. Can't say they used to be because I haven't been in this industry for more than 5 years. But we're hearing a lot that they're not what they used to be. As far as you could do one. I've had some where I've had 0. I've had some where I've had 200. So you just.
Wow.
My friend Clint Hurdle, who's done, he did a book signing with me. We're trying to get the one down in Florida here in a couple of weeks. If we run into a little snag, but I think we might be able to get that fixed out. But he was telling me one time when he showed up to do mine with me, we were talking about attendance. He goes, you know what? He says, you never know. He says he's done one with Tony Dungy before. He said he did 2 with Tony Dungy. And of course, everybody knows who Tony Dungy is. He said he did 2 signings with Dungy. He said one of them, he says, nobody came. And he was like shocked. And then he said he did one like a month later with him and it was packed. So it's just a matter of timing, publicity, interest. So, yeah, he was like, we were stunned.
If Tony, I would,
Yeah.
I would crawl
I know.
through the mud,
I met
freezing.
him. Yeah,
Really?
I met him up at
He's
Super Bowl.
he is such a class guy.
Up in Minnesota. Ran into him. Yeah, it was cool. So it was awesome to talk to for just for a couple of minutes, but still.
You didn't get to interview him. You just
No,
hello.
it wasn't
Hey.
the place for it. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't the place for it. So I have some discretion. I have some common sense, but not much. But no, I thought this probably is not the best place to do this. So
Yeah.
I didn't. I wanted to, but didn't do it. So
Yeah. Discretion is the
I guess a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
So
it's a good thing.
so we're trying to work that out. Hopefully, Clint and I are supposed to get together on a week from Monday for a book signing, and we're in the the trenches now. There's been a miscommunication on the book on the bookseller's end, so we're trying to work that out. I think we'll get it worked out, but
Yeah.
wait and see.
It would be nice if they had books in stock, to sell.
Well, that's part of the problem. So we've been on the phone and emails the last couple of days trying to get this worked out.
What do you got to do? Bring your own books to sell?
No, we can't do that because they'd have to log them into the store, and you can't do that. So anyway, we're getting it worked out. It's one person dropped the ball like 2 weeks ago, and we're trying to get it picked back up. So
I have not been keeping up with college football
I haven't either.
lately, but how's Ohio State doing?
Well, they didn't. This could be a rough season for them. I think they
Hey, we
dropped
play
one a
Florida
couple weeks
State in
ago.
the unknown bowl,
Yeah, probably.
first one of the year. Yeah.
Well, Ohio State's young, and they were ranked kind of, I think, generously early in the season, and then took a tough loss at home a couple weeks ago, and then dropped, like a rock. And some teams can lose early and they move 1 point, 1 spot back. Ohio State lost, and they went like 7-8 spots back. So it's just, but I think it was well deserved. I don't think they're at that place yet. It's just they're young, a freshman quarterback, and a lot of young players. So
How many seniors did they lose?
I don't know. Oh, they lost a lot. They lost about everybody, but they're just going to have a rough season this year.
Yeah.
But not rough. I mean, most programs would love to have their down season. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be in the top four, but but who knows? A lot of things. You play them each week for a reason.
The problems are so insidious at Florida State. If they asked me to rescue that squad, I actually could do it. I have a strategy, but it wouldn't. It would work, but I wouldn't. I would be fired before it had time to work. You know what I would do if I were coaching Florida State?
Wow.
I would release the juniors and the seniors from their scholarships. Just basically fire them and play the freshman and the sophomore and sacrifice this year. Lose every game. Okay? And then next year, I would be playing freshmen, sophomores, and but 2 years later, look what you've got. Now you've got a winning team. Now you can recruit people, which when Florida State has fallen the way they have, they can't recruit like they used to.
Well, I just pulled up the rankings just now, and the Big Ten actually has three in it. Penn State's number 4, Oklahoma or Ohio State's 7th, and team up north, right behind you on your right shoulder, is 9th. So. That's a good book. Kyle and I had a good time writing that. So yeah, the Big Ten has 3 in the top 10, which is kind of cool. Alabama's 1, Georgia, Iowa, Penn State, Cincinnati is right behind them. So Cincinnati's in front of Ohio State right now, and that doesn't do justice. Ohio State would destroy them. But anyway, that's the way it goes.
All right,
so, it's fun. It's always fun to watch, fun to cover. But we're getting excited about Kentucky Passion kicking off here in a couple of weeks. We're getting a lot of good signals, a lot of good signs, a lot of good pre-sales on that book. So we're excited about it. Of course, Kentucky's got a pretty passionate fan base about Kentucky basketball.
For basketball, yeah.
Yes, they do. They're very, very,
and they're not the pushover they used to be in football.
No, they're coming back. Actually, they're having a good, they're having a good year. And my friend who wrote the book with me covers Kentucky football, covers Kentucky basketball too. So John's pretty. We got to have him on the show. He's a
that would be
Kentucky's aficionado. I mean, he's went there. He's covered them for years. He goes on the road a lot with them. So we met at a Bengals game. We become friends by going to Bengals games.
That was one of those providential encounters.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine now. We just started talking. He's a believer, and we just started talking. We met 4 years ago, I think, and then just got a friendship going. And we just said, "Hey, what if we do this book together?" Okay, great. So. Okay. Yeah, it worked out well.
I'm looking at the schedule, and according to this, the 19th is the next time you'll be up. Are you going to be in town?
I'll be in Florida. The 19th, it's a Tuesday.
That's 2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah, I know we're going in on the 16th. We have a signing on the 18th. The Tuesday, the 19th, I'm on Christian Television Network down in Tampa.
Yeah.
Even though I'm on a vacation.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll text you, and
we'll have to figure something out.
We'll see if I have. We'll see how it goes.
Well, Dale, I can't say thank you enough for very short notice, just standing in tonight.
I'm sure that folks would rather heard Michelle.
Well, they'll get it. There'll be another
and me
time.
too. Mm-hmm. So we talked yesterday. We talked yesterday a little bit too. So. We're doing something together. We're getting ready for our class together. So when we teach a class, I just basically sit back and let her lead, and I just follow. It's
kind of hard to get a word in edgewise with her anyway.
We've done it before, so I think we'll have a pretty good attendance. I mean, it's going to be a night class, so after hours class. So I think we'll have a pretty good turnout for it. And
we just had Stephanie Pavlantos, and she said that she's on faculty this year for the first time she's ever been on faculty, I think.
At the Florida conference?
Yeah.
It's just it's good. There's a lot of good faculty going down there. We got Focus on the Family will be there. You got a lot of other big folks coming in. I think CBN will be there. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of good opportunities and a lot of good classes. Michelle and I are doing I think I'm doing 2 or 3, I forget. But taking pitches and listening to folks, and they always have a nice desserts banquet the last night for their awards, and so they have a little sock. They used to have a little sock hop to kick the thing off, but on Wednesday night, I believe. So, but no, we enjoy that conference a lot. Even Marie does a great job with that, and just a good. They're all good, but this is one of my favorites.
All right. Well, Dale, appreciate you filling in. Always enjoy chatting with you, and we'll make arrangements to get you on the air somehow.
See what happens.
We'll make it all happen. It's not.
Or you could come down and we could do it live right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Clearwater Beach.
Clearwater Beach. Yeah. With Clint Hurdle or something.
Yeah, that'd be Monday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
there you go. Okay. We'll work something out. I'm just glad to see you coming to Florida.
Me too.
Florida, we need your money, bud. All right, thank you, Dale. All right, well, folks, there we have it. PJ Net Eagle's Nest Studios. You see it right there with all the electronic crap that works most of the time. Yeah, it works. Special thanks to all of you in the chat room tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your prayers and support. Gosh, it was tough last night. We were just powerless. I mean, everything here was working. But if you can't connect to the other end, what difference does it make? Folks, well, we'll give you an update later on the January 15th event, but things are nudging forward all the time. Everything's looking good. Very excited about that. We'll be back tomorrow night. Hope you'll join us starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, here we go. 2 questions for you to challenge you, to strengthen your faith. What is the boldest thing that you've ever done for Jesus Christ? And how long ago was that? Let's not be satisfied with either answer.